Well, I couldn't not do this video. You know what that is right there? That's a guy flapping his gums to a cop who's investigating the guy who's flapping his gums. You would think there was an all-out campaign in America to
talk to the police as often as you can.
That people were taught to, hey, anytime a cop asks you a question, answer
every single one of them.
Especially after they read you your Miranda rights. If a cop is conducting an investigation on you, you are not obligated in any way, shape, or form to help them in their investigation against you. The name of this video right here, it comes from Midwest Safety. It is called Millionaire Charged in Deadly Weapon Assault. And before we get started, I'm going to give you the beginning, middle, and end right now. Don't talk to police. Always record the police. Let's take a look at this.
Body cam footage shows the aftermath of an enraged and wealthy driver who rammed his Porsche into a traffic control construction worker.
He comes to a stop, and then I'm like, all right, bet. So I stop like this to stand in front of him, and then he continues to accelerate into my legs to get me to move out the way, and he's like looking at me like yelling, and that's when I got mad. I was
you're yelling at him to stop.
Yeah, I'm like, you need to stop. Yeah, but he could like. I understand when somebody lets go of their brakes and then their car hits you a little bit. This dude pushed my legs in with his car. Like,
I need any medical.
No, trust me. I've been
but the car definitely did hit you.
But he hit me like he stepped on the gas to get the fuck out of his way, and that's what he was implying.
Even after, I know this is stupid because we're between this is a crash hit and run, and between this is like an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, so
it goes from one criminal charge to another criminal charge. One's felony,
so
one's
I
not.
had him.
So I'm just trying to make sure I have all the elements.
Yeah, so I have like the whole crew of people that seen it down there because they was all on the equipment, so they watched all of this go down, and they were like, "Yo, what the f is he doing?" So I said, "Stop."
Yeah.
He pushes his car right up on my legs and tries to move me out my way. And then that's when I'm like, yo, you're seriously gonna fucking hit me with your car right now? And then he's like, oh, like, I need to go and turn left here. Like, I need to turn left. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. You're not gonna hit me with your car. I'm trying to meet me out your way. And then he was like, oh, I didn't mean to. And I was like, no, bro, you that's not.
So you let him know that he hit you?
Yeah, I let him know. I let him know that I didn't my legs. Yeah, and then he drove off. So
we have witnesses, and you're saying that the vehicle did touch you.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm not doubting you on that at all. That dude drove his whole hood into my leg and tried to push me like with his car for a second, and I was like, bro.
After finding the location of the possible suspect at a nearby home, an officer checks with the residents there.
Hello? You Donald? They're Donald that resides here, that drives that?
Yes.
At this point, oh look, honey, a cop on our property uninvited.
This can only work in my favor.
It's like that's what Americans think.
Come here. Where is he? Is he friendly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Okay, here.
Is your dog friendly? Because, you know, I tend to fear for my life around these situations. I was pulling my gun, man. That thing looks pretty ferocious.
Come here. Hello. How are you?
Good. I just got some questions for you today. Before I ask the questions, I got to read you something from this card. I'm Deputy Lane with the Tahlequah County Sheriff's Office. I'm here investigating an aggravated battery. I have to read you the back of the card now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. Do you understand these rights?
Understand them? I live them and breathe them every day, officer. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to invoke them. Here's my trifold. I'm telling you guys, pick a couple of them up.
And then shut the frick up.
Links in the description.
Do you understand these rights?
Sure.
Okay. With these rights in mind, are you still willing to talk to me?
At this point, if he just shut up and went back into his house, see you later. I invoke my right to be silent under the Constitution of the United States, which is the supreme law of the land. Done. Get off my property. I didn't invite you. Done. But it doesn't stop there. He's going to help the cop investigate himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what this was about.
I said it's in reference to an investigation for an aggravated battery.
He was just advised of his rights. He was just reminded. Maybe he didn't know his rights before. Now he does. You have the right. You have the unalienable right to be silent. Do you want to keep talking to me now or not? He keeps jabbering his jaw. He knows it's an investigation on him, and he keeps on talking. He already sunk himself by saying, I don't even know what this is about. And then he's going to turn around and let the officer know he knows what this is about.
Me?
Yes.
Again, I don't even know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Charlie 111 Flagler. I'm
Said it
1012
again.
with my suspect. I mean, it's a yes or no. Are you still willing to talk to me?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So earlier today, were you driving that Porsche?
I was.
Were you on Camino del Rey with all that construction going on?
Yes, I was.
Officer, first, before you ask any more questions, let me ask you, will I benefit in any way, shape, or form by even answering one of your questions? If you weren't a cop, knowing what you know now, would you answer your questions? Would that work out for you? What do you think lawyers would advise me of? Would my attorney tell me, yeah, talk to the cops as much as you want before I get there? Don't even let me know about it. Any question they ask you, just go ahead and answer it. Do you think your attorney's going to say that?
Do you mind just telling me what happened with the person directing traffic, if you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think I do.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow us to.
He just said twice he didn't know what he's talking about. Now he's saying he knows what he's talking about. He has completely demolished his own credibility by doing what? By opening his mouth.
Turn left there. There was there was a lot of commotion. Traffic was going through real fast, and a lot of different things going on. So I said, "Can I go straight?" And he said yes. So I went straight, and then come back down so I could turn into this, make a left turn in there, because they weren't allowing us. Do you understand what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
So I went that way, and sure enough, there was a lot of traffic there, so we waited. So we all waited a little while longer, and finally it went to slow in that lane. So I pulled out, and what you're talking about, there was a fella, when I started going down, hoping that I'd get down there and make that left turn because all this equipment was parked there. So when I went down there, I could see a fella come out. There was one guy on the left and another one came out on the right side, and he came running up to me like this, and he ran up to the hood of my car.
Yeah.
And he ran right up to the hood of my car.
Yeah.
And he hit my car. I was stopping at the time. So I walked around to the window, and he says, "What are you f***ing trying to run over me?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry if you thought that. I was stopping. You ran up to my car, and I was moving slow. I mean, it was maybe 1 mile an hour because we were almost stopped. I mean, I didn't hit that person, if that's where you're going with all this. He ran right up to the car and hit the front of the car."
So that it wasn't your intention to hit him?
Of course not.
Because, I mean, he's claiming that he had you stopped, and then you revved your engine and went into him. And I have two witnesses also corroborating that story.
That could be a lie. He may have only talked to that one guy. I mean, he may have not, the cop may not have talked to the other workers. He could be completely lying to this guy to get him to talk some more. Well, it's not just one guy. We got a whole bunch of guys coming together saying, hey, they saw the whole thing. Could be a complete lie.
The workers there?
Yeah.
No, I never. He came right up to me, and
Was anybody in the car with you?
no.
It was just you? Okay.
And he came right up to me, and I think he hit the car, and he said, "Stop." And the car might have moved right there. He was running. I mean, he was not running fast, but he was coming up there like that, and he got out of the car. And I mean, why would I run over somebody? I mean, that's just somebody maybe is looking. I'm driving a nice car, maybe taking advantage of the situation.
I can see if he just claimed that we had no other witnesses, but I mean, the other witnesses' stories were almost exactly the same, and I spoke to them, separately, making sure I'm doing my due diligence with the investigation here. And they both described the same exact incident, that you came out into oncoming traffic, not listening to them.
It wasn't on listening.
I know, it's not oncoming. No, I know it's not oncoming traffic.
Okay.
It was down to one lane,
Yes.
but it was still a lane that you weren't supposed to be in at that time. And they said you were impatient. You came out and then you stopped, and then he's waving you down, told you to stop, and then he's waiting for the other traffic, and then that's when you hit him with the car.
There was no other traffic, and I didn't hit him with the car. He ran up to the car. I mean, with the confusion going on, the car could have lunged a little bit, but nothing like I gave it the gas and tried to run him over.
I didn't hit him in the car. I'm telling you, I didn't hit him with the car. Now, in the confusion, it could have lunged a little bit, and then my car could have hit him. Come on, man.
Or anything like
I don't know if this guy's guilty or innocent. I don't know if the road worker was telling the truth or lying. I don't know. But I do know one thing. Talking to the police will never, ever help you. And if you're going to talk to them and not record them, Get the frick out of here.
Okay. It's not like a manual transmission or anything like
Pardon
that?
me?
It's not a manual transmission? It's automatic?
It's automatic.
Okay, all right.
They had all sorts of aggravated people trying to turn around on the road, trying to go that
I understand.
way.
All right.
It was a
If
mess.
you wouldn't mind with me just standing at the end of the driveway, we're going to have the victim come and drive by and see if he can identify you.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't mind just standing over here in the grass, it'd be appreciated.
What? Yeah, let me help you investigate me further. What a great idea. How did you become, you're really a millionaire. How did you become a millionaire with no noticeable accumulation of brain cells?
Claiming he was hurt or something like that, or that.
He's not claiming he was hurt, but he was claiming he was hit by a car. And in the state of Florida, that counts as aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The way he and
is so
two
false.
other third-party witnesses are stating it happened is you were impatient, you came out, and you saw that he was there, and then you revved your engine and kept claiming you need to get around him, and then that's when you struck him with the vehicle, pushing him.
At no point during this discussion and this interaction with the cops does it look like it ever dawns on this guy that he made a big, fat mistake engaging with this cop.
When he was there, he was in front of the car. He stopped, so I couldn't go anywhere, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I tried to explain to him, I'm just trying to turn left into this intersection.
I understand, but when somebody in a yellow jacket who's directing traffic around, construction going on, you need to abide by the traffic control devices that they have set up.
Well, it was confusing because it had turned
111 on 3.
slow. It had turned too slow, and then the sign went to slow, and I couldn't tell how many cars. There were other cars that were workers in that lane.
Okay, just stand right there for me, okay?
Still stay here?
Yes, just until the patrol car passes by.
Did he explain to you what we're doing?
Yeah, he said.
Why are you 214?
He said that I'm pretty much gonna identify him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got his glasses off, but yeah, it's the same. It's the same shirt, and it's literally the same hair.
Alright, so are you 100%?
Yeah, it was literally the exact same Porsche. The only thing that's different now is he doesn't have his sunglasses on, and I think he was wearing a black hat too, but I don't think he's got that on either.
Good job, man. You helped the cops investigate you, and they got exactly what they were gunning for.
Based on the witness statements, based on the victim identifying you as driving the Porsche that he photographed, hitting him, I have probable cause to make an arrest for a aggravated battery.
Craziest thing I've ever like he was hit with a car.
Okay. I just got a few more questions for you. Do you know what year it is?
Do I know what year it is?
Yes. I know they're going to sound crazy. It's just something I have to put in my report.
1922.
Do you know who the President of the United States is?
Biden.
Do you have any weapons on you? Anything I should be aware of?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what year it is. I do know who the president is. I don't know what my rights are, and I've got no common sense. So those are the only 4 things we know about this guy.
No knives, guns, anything like that? Yeah, on you.
No.
You don't have anything? Okay. You've been compliant with me. I don't have to put the handcuffs on behind you. I'll just put them on in the front so it's more comfortable while we drive down. Excuse me, ma'am?
Oh, he's arresting me for some loony that is claiming I hit him with the car. And he ran up, put his hood on the car, put his hands on the car, and there were his other buddies were standing there and then he was swearing, cussing, and said, you gonna run me over or something like that. You know what this is all about.
Okay.
Okay.
You just kind of slide in like you normally would, and then that's made so that I can buckle you.
Okay.
He apparently stops in the roadway, and then he's standing in front of the vehicle, and then that's when he revs his engine and drives into him.
That's hard for me to believe because he is a gentleman.
I understand. We're going off of two witnesses, and the victim's statements. They're all exactly the same. I had to drive back and forth to different locations where these workers were, and I asked them these questions, separately, and they all gave the same exact story.
Well, maybe they all talk to one another, instead of, hey,
that's
here
why.
we go.
That's
here
why.
we got a guy in a Porsche. Let's just.
That's why
over.
it was him.
He's the kindest man you ever met in your life.
I understand, but that's what we're going off.
So now what happens?
He's going to be transported down to the Flagler County Inmate Facility in Benel.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
He committed a felony, man. That's
That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. I don't have any discretion when it comes.
I mean, let's look at the preponderance of evidence here. Doesn't look like the guy's a criminal. They could run a background check or whatever. It doesn't look like he's a flight risk. Doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere. It looks like he's pretty secure where he's at. He's got a family there. They could have given him a citation. They could have given him a court date. They could have, let the prosecutor know, hey, here's what's going on. I don't see any reason other than this guy just kept talking, just kept digging that hole. And once you start digging that hole, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper if you don't shut up.
You're taking him to prison?
The jail, ma'am. We had two witnesses who were, completely separate. When I interviewed them, you give the exact same story as to what happened, so what the victim was claiming.
Understand. So what's the bail requirement?
That's set by the jail. I don't personally set that.
Deputy Lane, you're doing your job. I can explain all this to her. We're okay.
Okay.
Understand.
All right, hold on.
It's messed up. It is what it is.
All right. Try everybody today.
So here's a follow-up on this.
Donald was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Court records indicate, as part of a plea agreement, Donald would plead guilty to battery and avoid jail time contingent on completing a diversion program involving anger management. He was also ordered to pay several $100s in fines and court costs related to this matter. Court records indicate that he completed the diversion program successfully. Accordingly, his felony charge was downgraded to a simple battery, which will...
I don't know if he was guilty or innocent, but I do know one thing. It probably would have ended up a whole lot better for him if he shut the front door. As a matter of fact, if he shut the front door, probably none of this would have happened. There's no telling how much he would have had to pay, or he did pay, for an attorney to get him out of this stuff. So the bottom line is, learn a lesson from Donald. See how Donald's got his mouth open right here? When you see a cop, close your mouth. Ask a lawyer if he thinks it's a good idea for you to talk to cops without him present. Matter of fact, a cop who's asking you a question, ask him, is this going to work in my favor if I talk to you? Is there anything that I can say to you that will work for me instead of against me? And if he's telling the truth, he'll say, no, anything you say can and will be used against you. So if that's the case, why not shut the frick up? Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, maybe you'll like some of my other content. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Disturbing Illusion. Subscribe to my email at highimpactflix.com. Grab a shirt like this. Stop the pignorance. It's not just the pignorance in law enforcement that we need to stop, but in the general public that doesn't know what the frick is going on. Become a channel member, but more importantly, understand what your rights are. Exercise those rights. If you don't exercise them, you will lose them. I will see you in the next video.